What is going on, TU crew, and welcome back to another episode of the Totally Unqualified podcast. This is episode 36, and we, of course, appreciate you guys joining us once again. We have a great show for you guys today. We're going to get into Thursday Night Football, talk about Patriots versus Falcons. We are going to talk about some nicknames, give our top fives, and then we are going to hop into our game picks for the week. But first and foremost, I must introduce the two greatest co-hosts there is, as far as I'm concerned. That is,
stop it.
In Jake Maltese and Luke Rosenthal. How are we doing today, boys?
I'm doing great. I'm sorry if my face looks red. I was just outside for 10 seconds and that's how cold it is.
Yep.
So just excuse that. But other than that, my balls being so cold that they might not be on my body anymore. I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. The new Pokemon just came out. I got some new art behind me. My roommate made this art piece. This is of me shooting a jump shot from like everywhere on the court. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's me. And then those are my three favorite players of all time: Chris Boucher, Kyle Lowry, and LeBron James. Yes,
Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher is in your favorite players of all time.
No, it was a joke. The whole thing is a joke. I hate Ron, but yeah, my friend made that for me, and I was like, yeah, I'll put it up so the podcast can check it out. Yeah.
Lovely. Damn, you gotta tell him to make a poster for the podcast.
Should I?
There you go.
Yeah. Damn, that's some talent right there. Jeez.
All right. And if you guys are listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave a rate and review. We very much appreciate it. It helps push the podcast out to more people. And if you're watching on YouTube, then you obviously just saw Luke's beautiful poster. But we would also appreciate it if you would drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you ring that bell, you will know every time we post a new video. So be sure to do that. And it is time. I can't participate in this one, so the hot streak's going to have to come to a pause. But it's time for Guess That Player. I believe. I don't even remember. 15?
I don't either.
16?
14. I think I have 14.
14, 12,
14 to 4.
No, dude.
Yeah, Gage one.
I have
4.
5 now.
5.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Wait, 14,
I do remember
12,
that.
5.
Plus that's 26 plus 5. That would be 31. We're off some.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well.
It might be
Jake's in the
15.
lead.
It might be
last.
15.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're missing an episode because Adam Rank won one, and then we're missing one because Gage wasn't available for one. So I think I might have 15.
Yes.
Sure.
Whatever. We'll calculate it after. We'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But are you guys ready?
I need to win one.
You do. Luke, you've been on a losing streak for a while.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
It is going to be where you guys ask me the questions because I don't know. I've just been enjoying doing it that way.
I like it. I do like it.
So whoever wants to start, I mean, the floor is yours.
Currently playing? Are they currently playing?
They are not currently playing.
Oh, all right. Steve Smith.
No.
Oh, man.
Have they played in the last 5 years?
Yes.
Are they an offensive player or defensive player?
Offensive.
Okay.
Victor Cruz.
No, that's not it.
I knew that wasn't.
I don't know if Victor Cruz has played in 5 years.
Are they a Hall of Famer?
No, he won't be.
Okay.
Won't be. Okay.
That was very certain. Okay.
Did he play for one? He played for multiple teams. Did he play for multiple teams?
He played for 2 teams in his career.
2 teams. Defensive.
He won't. It's an offensive player.
It is an offensive player.
And he played for 2 teams. Will not be in the Hall of Fame. Played in the last 5 years, but not playing currently.
Yes.
You're not. No shot. You give me the college, right? Give me the college.
Give you the college?
No.
I'll give you the conference.
Okay.
The AAC.
Oh fuck! Damn it! That's
Were they predominantly known for playing for an NFC team?
Yes.
Okay. Are they both teams NFC teams?
No.
Okay.
AAC.
Skill position?
Yes.
Wide receiver?
No.
Running back?
Running back.
Yes.
Okay. Running back.
Oh my God. AAC running back.
Went from the NFC to the AFC.
Oh, wait, this might narrow it down. Holy shit. Wait, hold on. Played in the last 5 years, retired now.
I have nothing. I don't think I get it.
Hold on.
I think we're gonna need some
on.
lifelines.
Just a second here.
You start getting more specific with
All
your
right,
questions.
NFC East, NFC
No.
East, West,
No.
South.
Nope.
Nice.
North.
Yeah.
NFC.
Oh, Matt
by-
Forte.
It is Matt Forte.
Woo!
Oh, that's a good one.
Toledo.
That's a good one.
No, Tulane.
I get them confused. The same T schools.
Yeah.
Matt Forte is not gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so. I mean, 2 Pro Bowls. He did have 5 1,000-yard seasons.
Kareem Hunt is Toledo. Yeah, Matt Forte is Tulane. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean,
Damn it. It's tough.
if you would have,
I'm in the
that's
dumps.
one of those. If you told me Tulane, I would have
Yeah.
gotten it in a second.
Yeah, that's why I did. I was thinking about it, but I was like, I feel like the conference won't give
The
too much
conference
away.
was better. That was good because
Yeah.
it narrowed it down enough for me, but it didn't give me too much of an advantage. I like that.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys need to get better at this.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah.
I got the past 2.
You did. You know what?
I
Gage
need
on
to
hot
get
streak.
better at
Luke, I'm
this.
more talking to you right now.
Yes, I need that.
Gotta pick it up.
Yeah.
All right, boys. And we are going to jump straight into the Thursday night football game. It wasn't the best. It was a shutout. The Patriots end up winning at 25-0. The Falcons looked atrocious. Jake, I'll go ahead and start out with you. What did you think about the game? How are these teams progressing? Where do they go from here? Let me know your thoughts.
Falcons, because they had, they clawed their way back up to a 500 record. I think they were sitting at 4-5 for this game. And they just look like shit again. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like the Patriots, yes, the Patriots are rolling right now and they demolished them in that game. All right. Mac Jones keeps looking better. He made one bad throw, but really Jonnu Smith just got kind of pushed out of the way for that ball, which, I mean, you can't do as a tight end. But man, I don't want to say Matt Ryan, we're starting to see the end of his career, but he's not terrible, but he's not what he once was. He's very average right now. The Patriots definitely, I mean, Bill Belichick, you go into a game against Bill Belichick, he's taking away your best weapon. That's exactly what he did with Kyle Pitts. And they just couldn't get anything going. The defense actually didn't play really. I mean, they got a turnover. They got something but this team, it's very sad for the Falcons. I think they're definitely heading towards a rebuild. But for the Patriots, let's focus on the positives here. Patriots are scary. Patriots are very scary right now. That defense is at full go. Everything is working, everything is working on that defense. And for everybody that said that it was all Tom Brady these years, you're an idiot. Because you doubt the greatest coach of all time. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass. This is how good he is. Okay. Because people were questioning whether Mac Jones was the right decision at the beginning of the season. And now there's no question. He's doing this with misfits at wide receiver. I mean, his best wide receiver is Jacoby Myers, who I think was undrafted. If I'm correct about that, I'm not sure if I am, but he definitely was not a notable draft pick. So this is what Bill Belichick can do. And this is why he's the greatest coach of all time.
I think too much of the narrative was, or especially going into the season, was how was Mac Jones going to play? How is this team going to perform with a new quarterback that's not Cam Newton? And really the focus should have been on their defense the entire time, because Bill Belichick is just probably the smartest human being ever, at least football mind wise. Like, this guy planning years in advance, honestly, because we don't realize the real scope of some of the veteran players that they're signing on defense, like a Matt Judon, who had career high in sacks against the Falcons, like getting Jamie Collins back, like getting Kyle Van Noy back, like, signing a guy like Jalen Mills. Like, they have veteran leadership everywhere on the defensive side of things. And once the offense starts to come along, which, they buffered the hell out of it this offseason, getting Jonnu Smith, getting Hunter Henry, getting a bunch of these wide receivers, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, the list goes on. This team is this isn't just a competent football team. This is a team that could contend for a championship. I'm convinced now. I really am. I think maybe Mac Jones come playoff time, because I think at this point, I'm not going to try and get ahead of myself, but I think the Patriots are definitely heading in the right direction of making the playoffs, maybe even winning the division. I think we might see a point in, December, late December, early January, where Mac Jones sort of hits a wall because he doesn't have the experience yet. That's when the real home run hitters come out. But man, right now this team is rolling, and with some of the suspect losses that the Bills have had really this season, I think the Patriots have a good chances, they do, to win the division. I really do, especially with 2 games against the Bills coming up in just this next month, this next 4 game span. I think the Patriots have a great shot of winning the AFC East and becoming the top dogs again. Look the hell out, because if you're a football fan, you don't want to see the Patriots anymore. We're over this. We don't want them coming back, but Bill Belichick always finds a way because he is the GOAT, really.
Yeah, with the Patriots rolling the way they are, I just keep imagining this Patriots versus Buccaneers Super Bowl that I would have to jump off a bridge, I think, at that point, because I simply could not handle that as a football fan. But yeah, as far as this game goes, I think that obviously the Patriots are playing very well. They continue to do so. They're rolling, like you said, Luke. And I think they're going to continue to be that way. I think that you're right about, as far as if they make the playoffs or something like that, Mac Jones will kind of hit that wall because he is still a rookie. He does still make rookie mistakes. I think he's had like 4 games so far this season where he hasn't thrown an interception. I think he's got 8 on the season now. So, he's still going through some growing pains despite looking like the best rookie quarterback out of all of them, and despite looking like he could potentially win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So I think that they've still got a little ways to go before they're able to fully contend for a championship. But they're looking great. The defense looks great. The way I look at it, as far as that marriage between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, is Tom Brady was the offense for all those years, and Bill Belichick was the defense. Mm-hmm. And that's how it is now too. Bill Belichick brings in these guys that are like sort of kind of misfits, like they have some talent or whatever, and he puts together this defense that just meshes well and gets the job done. He makes these guys that are getting a little older look like they're still in their prime, and I think that that's amazing, and he does it every single year.
All the time.
Yeah, you love to see it out of him. As far as the Falcons go, seeing them and the way that they've played these past couple weeks makes me absolutely embarrassed to be a Saints fan, because we fucking lost to them. They put up 3 against the Cowboys and then nothing against the Patriots. It's tough, but I don't know. I don't know where they go from here. I think that they should definitely just head toward full rebuild. I think that Matt Ryan, there's a little bit left in the tank for him. I think
it definitely is. Yeah.
He's just behind a horrible offensive line, like atrocious. And it's been that way for several years now. So anytime that he did have something developing, somebody was getting through. Matt Judon was getting through. Somebody was getting to him. So hear me out for a second. I know that for the Broncos, we keep talking about Aaron Rodgers as a potential trade, but what about Matt Ryan? I think that he's more consistent, at least, than Teddy Bridgewater. I think that he could do more with those offensive pieces, because he's got some guys, obviously, in Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley when he is playing, but the Broncos have a more than competent offense outside of the quarterback position. You give them a veteran guy like that, and I think that he could perform very well and make them contenders for sure.
I actually really like that. I don't like Arthur Smith as the head coach. There's some people that you could just look at and be like, I just don't think you're in the right position, bud. Like, he just looks so uninspiring on the field. Like, he's not on the Hard Knocks or anything. I can't see the way he coaches, but
I'll just counter with one thing. Does Bill Belichick look inspiring on the field when he's just sitting there with the mean mutt, just like?
I think it's inspiring in like a way where, like, if you don't perform well or don't do your job, it's kind of like a death stare, sort of, where it's like, oh shit, this guy's actually gonna, haunt my family and like curse spells on my whole bloodline. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about Arthur Smith as the head coach. Fun stat. Since Super Bowl 51, since the Patriots were down 28-3, they've outscored the Falcons 79-7. Since then. So that's just really telling of, honestly, that means they only scored 1 touchdown since what? Since being 28.
You're doing this math correctly.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
You mean in their games against the Patriots?
It's on my phone. It's on Instagram. Yeah, against the Patriots. Yeah.
Okay.
Their
that makes more
matchups
sense.
against
their
one another.
matchups with
Then
the Patriots. Yes.
When was the last time they played? 2017. The Falcons only scored 1 touchdown that game. Oh, is that the Julio touchdown? Okay. At the end of regulation. I'm going off on tangent here. So
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm go ahead, Gage.
There is one thing that I was thinking about Arthur Smith during this game, and it might totally be a shot in the dark here, but is he like low key a running back guru? Because like the things that he did with Derrick Henry in Tennessee, and obviously like Derrick Henry's
but
also
Derrick
just
Henry's,
a beast.
Yeah, he's doing it this year too.
But before Arthur Smith came in as the offensive coordinator, I mean, Derrick Henry wasn't doing what Derrick Henry does now.
I think that had a lot to do with DeMarco Murray, though, getting all of the reps.
Early on, but even when Marcus Mariota was the quarterback, I mean, it just wasn't.
Yeah,
They figured some things out.
I think with Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry early in his career, like, be honest, he didn't look like anything special. Like, he didn't look like he was going to be anything special. Like, even when he did, because DeMarco Murray didn't play every game. Like, he was out some games, and when he got the ball, like, he was all right. Like, he was nothing special. And then I feel like he just changed his offseason workout. Like, he just got this insane mentality, and now he has the body to dominate human beings. And that's what he's doing now, because he started working out more seriously. So I think that's what happened. But to go with your running back guru point, I'm sorry if I just tapped the mic. To go with your running back guru point, I was going to say, I'm going to push back against your disdain for Arthur Smith, Luke, because I think he's done a great job. This team, the fact that this team has 4 wins is pretty damn impressive. The fact that the product I just saw on my TV last night has 4 National Football League wins is actually kind of crazy to me. And it's really a kudos to what he's done. He has been the only person to figure out how to use Cordero Patterson with no threat of anybody else. Like, everybody who has picked up Cordero Patterson throughout the years, who's he been with? He's been with the Bears. He's been with the Patriots. He's been
Vikings.
Yes, he was drafted by the Vikings.
Yeah.
He's been with all these teams, and none of them. And all we heard about Cordero Patterson is he's a football player. He's just a weapon. He doesn't have a position, but he's always been buried on the depth chart, done nothing except return kicks. And that's what Cordero Patterson has been in this league. He's been kind of a no-name. Arthur Smith has been the only one who's been like, no, I can make you special. And he's been having this insane year because he knows how to use them. Arthur Smith is a very underrated mind, in my opinion. I just feel like the fact that he could do this with just Cordero Patterson and a 60% Matt Ryan of what he was at one point.
He's got Cordero Patterson. Kyle Pitts has, picked it up, and he's been playing better over the past several games. And then on the defensive side of the ball, he's got AJ Terrell, and that is literally it.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't like the Falcons very obviously. I hate them, but the things that he's doing with that team, I think is pretty genuine. Like, I think if he had some talent, he could definitely be a solid head coach.
I don't know. It's like running back guru, maybe, but like, you start to look at their wins this season. I mean, they got blown out in the first game. Yeah. I mean, the Giants, the Jets, the Dolphins, and they all won them by less than a touchdown.
I think that the talent on that team is on par with that of like the Jets or the Texans or the Jaguars or a team like that. And he's getting more wins with what he's got than those teams are.
I mean, it's not that I had high expectations for the Falcons. It's just like, I don't know. I wouldn't be inspired by him as a head coach if I were playing for him.
Luke, I just want to say I would not want to work for you if you were a GM. Holy shit. Like, listen,
I'm here to win football games. I'm here to win football games, Jake.
But you're so hard on these first-year head coaches who are handed a pile of crap.
Get rid of them.
And we're like, go win some games. Like Dan Campbell first. Now you're coming for Arthur Smith, who's done. If you're going to look at wins, the fact that he scraped out any wins with this fucking team, with this roster, is actually is more of a reason I would sign this guy for 5 years. The fact that he's got 4 wins. I don't know.
They still show the tendencies of, giving up big leads. And
absolutely.
If that team is still showing those tendencies from head coach to head coach, I just don't think you have the right head coach,
Yeah. No,
but they've been trying to move head coach to head coach without actually acquiring any. They've been trying to acquire talent to continue to build instead of just blowing it up and rebuilding to begin with. The only move that they've made to head in that direction is trading Julio.
Yeah.
So I feel like you've got to give him some time at least. Give him a season or two to have the draft, to have free agency and all that. Let him trade away these pieces and get the pieces that he wants. See what he can do with that. If it doesn't work out, then I think you let him go.
You know who the Falcons need? They need Kyle Shanahan, and hell, he might be on the streets pretty soon after what the 49ers are doing this season. They just
reunion.
Yeah, maybe. They just beat the Rams.
Yeah, they just beat the Rams. Yeah, no way. But what I say with the NFC West, every team beats up on each other. I swear it happens every year. But yeah, I will never, if I was a GM, I would never fire a coach after 1 year unless they were handed a talented roster and underperformed. Then that's another circumstance. Then it's like, okay, I gave you, come on, all you needed to do was just coach this team up. That's it. That's all you had to do. And you didn't do that. Like that, get off. Like Steve Wilkes was done a little dirty in Arizona with the Josh Rosen year. He had Josh Rosen as his starting quarterback. Like, come on. Yeah. Come on. Obviously they're doing a lot better now with Cliff Kingsbury, but that was kind of dirty. But yeah, I think Arthur Smith and Dan Campbell, you got to give them time. You got to give them time. Give them 3 to 4 years. If it's still shit, because a coach comes in with a vision, you got to give them time to fully get their team into that, to create that vision. And once that vision is there,
is a great example.
Yeah, Zach Taylor is actually an excellent example, Gage. Yeah, exactly. Because Zach Taylor had this vision. We were all questioning. I was a big Zach Taylor, should be fired guy. I was like, what has this guy done? He's done nothing. And then Joe Burrow's back healthy. Jamar Chase comes in. He's got the pieces now, and the team's doing great.
I will give him 1 week. 1 week next week against the Jaguars. I will. That is it.
Okay.
That is
it. That's actually fair. If he doesn't beat
fair?
the Jaguars, that's kind of sad.
Is that
then
fair?
Again, the Jaguars beat the Bills. So any given Sunday in the NFL.
Who would have thought that, right?
Oh my gosh.
So, okay. All right. So what's the deal with Urban though? What are we
Urban?
doing with
Oh yeah. What's the verdict?
Urban should have never been there. Urban's
he
gone.
should have never been
Urban's
hired to
gone.
begin with.
I agree
Urban's
with
gone.
that. I agree with
Urban's
that.
gone.
There's certain college coaches that you can see being NFL head coaches, like Matt Rule. I don't get Gage. Can you tell me why Panthers fans hate Matt Rule? There's been a lot of hate for Matt Rule recently, and I don't understand it.
More of what I see, and obviously I follow a lot of people that live in North Carolina, Panthers fans, stuff like that, because I grew up there. A lot of what I see is more hate for Joe Brady than it is for Matt Rule. A lot of people are like, everybody saw him as this great offensive mastermind and stuff like that. And then up to this point, they feel like he's severely just blown play calling and stuff like that, because they feel like they have talent at the receiver position. And I don't know. They have a lot of issues, obviously, with Sam Darnold and that whole situation, but a lot of fingers I see pointed are at Joe Brady.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cause I mean, to be fair, he had Sam Darnold, and I know I picked him as my early, my hot take MVP, but obviously that was completely proven wrong. Sam Darnold is just not great. He'll be a backup for most of his career, or a journeyman, kind of like to Rod Taylor's situation. But I don't know that I think Joe Brady might actually take the LSU job, but that's a, where was I going with this rant? Oh yeah. Okay. College coaches. I promise this will be quick. College coaches. There's certain college coaches where you could see they can translate into the NFL. Nick Saban, will always have translated into the NFL. He would have worked out in Miami if they would have gotten Drew Brees. That's the big thing. If the Miami's medical team didn't fail Drew Brees, didn't say Drew Brees cannot, his shoulder will not hold up, I think Nick Saban would still be an NFL head coach. And I think he'd be a very successful NFL head coach, because the guy is literally, he's Belichick. He's Belichick 2.0.
And you see the way that his players translate into the NFL.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
they're basically NFL players already when they come in. So Matt Rule also had that feel to me. He definitely felt like somebody that could translate into the NFL. And I'll actually ask you, do you know where Joe Brady and Matt Rule started out?
They started out?
Oregon.
Penn State University.
Joe
Brady was
should have known by the shit-eating grin on your face when you
asked. I know. Matt Rule is actually from State College. He's from where Penn State is, and Joe Brady was a graduate assistant for James Franklin when we won the Big Ten. Probably a reason why we did win the Big Ten. And then he left, and then we haven't won the Big Ten since. So little correlation there.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
We'll go ahead and wrap that one up. We got off on a bit of a tangent there, but the consensus, I believe, is that the Patriots are doing well. The Falcons kind of suck, and we'll see what happens from there.
Forgot we were talking about Thursday Night Football.
Yeah,
right.
Moving on, though, we are going to get into something a little bit different. We've done it before, clearly, and the random rankings. We are going to be giving our top 5. That's the jingle now from this point on, Luke. We're going to have you sing it every time.
What?
But
just like a mumbled.
Top 5 ranking.
But we're going to give our top 5 sports nicknames of all time. So, Jake, I started with you for Thursday Night Football. So, Luke, I'll go ahead and let you give your top 5 first.
Let me just say, no top 5 is going to be right. There's so many you could think of, or somebody you could choose from. And honestly, these are kind of just like the 5 that was like, yeah, I'll throw them on. So number 5, all right. He might not be in the NBA anymore, but he will forever live in meme history. And that is Swaggy P. Swaggy P. There's like not many people that you could like associate just like weird ass names like that with, but Swaggy P is absolutely one of them. So I don't know what it is about Swaggy P, but it's just like, I love how many GIFs there are of him, like the one where he's shooting the ball and then he turns around, he's like this, and then just doesn't
misses.
Yeah, just misses. Wow. He's in the J.R. Smith sort of NBA love that I have. Yeah, gotta love him. Number 4, Walter Payton, sweetness. I mean, it kind of epitomizes how he played on the field. It was just so sweet to watch. In many people's eyes, he's the greatest running back of all time. I don't necessarily think that way. I think he's definitely top 3, 100%. No way that you look at it. I think Derrick Henry is going to be popping his head up in those conversations in a couple years.
Yes.
But we'll get to that. Sweetness, I think is definitely top 5 nickname. Can't go wrong there. At 3, Megatron, another one of those like Swaggy P type names where you hear Megatron. It's so big to the point where it's like you don't think of the Decepticon from Transformers. Crazy that I
hear
even
Megatron and you just think Calvin Johnson.
Right? Calvin Johnson. He was that big. He was that good. One of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Definitely in the top 5. And number 2, Primetime. Another one, Deion Sanders. That is his whole game. He's like one of the only like defensive players where like his superstardom reached like quarterback levels. Everybody knew him. He's the greatest of all time, greatest cornerback of all time. No doubt in my mind. I mean, what else could you say? Probably one of the fastest players of all time too. I wish we could see a prime versus prime Tyreek Hill versus Deion Sanders race. That's what I need. I don't need to see Tyreek Hill race any Ocho Cinco. I need to see him versus fucking prime time. At number 1, probably not going to be on anybody else's list but mine. Gilbert Brown, one of the greatest defensive tackles in Green Bay Packers history. The fucking gravedigger. The gravedigger. It doesn't get more badass than that. It really doesn't. Like just striking fear into your opponent's eyes. Every time he sacked the quarterback, anytime he got a tackle for loss, the automatic gravedigger celebration to get Lambeau Field, popping. Doesn't get as much love as he nearly should. Wasn't as good of a pass rusher as he was, just like pure presence on the field, run stuffing, doing it all, beating anything that comes at him at the line. I think Gravedigger, in my opinion, is the greatest nickname of all time. No bias. But
it is pretty sick. Can't deny it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the Minister of Defense, Reggie White, with that one.
See, I'm not as big of a fan of that nickname. I'm just not. I think Gravedigger is a million times better.
It's definitely cooler, but like when you think of I just feel like with Reggie White, like the Minister of Defense, like this man is like above everybody else, like, and it's not even close.
Well, I was thinking about it, like Gilbert Brown, he had the celebration too to go with his nickname. I was like, he kind of had the whole package going.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right. I got a couple different sports in mind, but I do have some similar ones. At 5, I'm going to start out with Sweetness. Just so smooth on the field. Walter Payton's one of those guys where I wish I would have been able to see him.
Yeah.
But obviously I was not alive. Rest in peace, Walter Payton. I do tend to think that he is the greatest running back of all time, just because he could throw, he could run, he could catch, he could literally do everything. And he carried that Bears offense for so many years. I do tend to think that he is the greatest running back of all time. A lot of people say Barry Sanders, which Barry Sanders is fucking a human highlight reel.
Yes.
But he has the most lost yards in NFL history as well.
I'm in the Jim Brown boat. I'm a
Jim Brown.
Really? I'm a Jim Brown guy.
I feel like Jim Brown was an athlete that was ahead of his time, but I feel like he would be like an average athlete in this year's world. Like,
yeah, but I think you say the same thing about a lot of players.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the best, but I just want to say anytime and every time that I'm able to show him love, I will. I'm a huge LaDainian Tomlinson fan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Love me some LT.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the list. At 4, I got the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Just so awesome. Like, this is one of those nicknames where it's like, fuck, whoever gave him that, damn, that's a good ass one. I mean, because it's true. Like, he's like a snake. He's just silent. He's quiet. And then he's going to fucking strike and drop 60 on your ass every fucking night. And then he's going to walk out and act like he didn't do nothing, because that job's not finished. Job's not finished. You got nothing to be happy about it. I miss this man so much. I miss Kobe every day. I got the poster of him behind me. Rest in peace. So sad what happened to him. Honestly, one of the definitely you could argue if he's top 10 basketball player of all time, but just probably the greatest mindset of all time. And I don't even think that's close. At 3, I got Prime time. Just the character that Deion Sanders was, and that nickname, it's just awesome. Like, I don't really have to say much about it. You just know the fact that he's going by Coach Prime now, just like that's dope. Yeah. And nobody bats an eye. Nobody's like, it's like, that's why are you still going by your nickname? It's like, no, like he's fucking Coach Prime guy. And nobody says anything. Yeah, exactly. At number 2, I got Megatron too. That one's dope. I don't know. Whoever gave him that one, like, you should be proud of yourself. Yeah. You should be fucking proud of yourself, because that's fucking awesome. And then at number 1, I'm throwing in some hockey into this one. I'm going with Wayne Gretzky, the Great One. Yeah. He was literally called the Great One. The
Great One.
Like, you're actively acknowledging, like, this man is different. Like, he is different than anybody else. No one will ever touch him. Connor McDavid now might touch him, but like, the Great One, like, and everybody knows who you're talking about when you say that. It's insane. Like, anytime you get a nickname like that, you just know how fucking good this man was. And Wayne Gretzky, still the only hockey player to ever get above 200 points. And he did it multiple times in his career. Yep. And not like 100 years ago. This was like, he was doing this in the 90s. Like, this was literally like still in a very competitive. These were still the best athletes in the world. Like, he was doing this shit in, and he was a scrawny like ass
Wilt Chamberlain type.
Yeah,
stuff.
Exactly. Like, he was scrawny. Players said he never worked out. There was an interview I was listening to. This guy thought he was past his prime because he literally came in at like 160 soaking wet. He's like 5'11", like, and he came in and then dropped 6 goals, and he was like, fuck, he's still good. Like, yeah. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, the things this guy was able to do. One of the only non-debatable GOATs in all of sports. Like, there's very few. Even basketball used to be non-debatable after Jordan. Now it's debatable. Baseball is just a debate all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And then you got what else? Football, still a debate. Hockey, no debate. It's Wayne Gretzky, and everybody will say Wayne Gretzky till the end of time.
Even if you don't watch hockey, you just know.
Exactly. It transcends sports.
Yeah.
I do just want to say real quick before I get into my top 5. I just got the notification. If you are a Cavaliers fan, Colin Sexton is out for the rest of the season.
Oh,
no
man.
shot.
surgery.
That sucks.
That's a big blow for
Khalil
them.
Mack as well today too.
Yeah, Khalil
Really?
Mack
I didn't
getting
hear about
season-ending
Khalil Mack.
surgery as well.
Wow.
But yeah, sorry, Cavaliers fans. That really sucks. You guys were having a great season. Hopefully you can keep it up with your bigs. You got Jared Allen and those guys there.
Evan Mobley's playing well.
Yeah,
He's playing
Evan
really
Mobley has
well.
been playing very well.
It's my rookie of the year pick. Not looking too shabby.
Oh, yeah, true. I totally forgot we even did that.
Yes.
We'll have to revisit that soon. All right. For my top five, I do have some that are different than you guys. At 5, I got to go with the bus, Jerome Bettis. It just worked so well because the guy was just so massive, running people over, and he wore the black and yellow, so it just made that much more sense. So I've always loved that nickname. I thought that it was more than suiting. At number 4, I did actually take Reggie White, the Minister of Defense, because that's always been a personal favorite of mine. I just think that sounds sick, and it's just so clever.
Yeah.
And number 3, Jake, like you, the Black Mamba. That's just one that's so iconic, and like you hear it and you know exactly who they're talking about, and it fit him. Like just deadly, just cold. Like he had no regard for your feelings or anything like that. When he was on the court, he was striking. At number 2 and number 1, I picked both of these for a very specific reason. At number 2, I've got Babe Ruth, because it was a nickname that was just so strong, so popular that it became his name.
Yeah.
Like his actual name is not Babe.
It's George. It's George.
Yeah.
For those listening at home, if you didn't know that, you learned a little something today. His name is not Babe. It was a nickname given to him. And then the same kind of thing for my number 1 spot, Irvin Magic Johnson. It just became his name as well. He was referred to as Magic. He's referred to as Magic Johnson. A lot of people might not know that. Also, yes, that is not his real name. It is Irvin, which is a lot less cool, by the way.
Yeah. Imagine calling him Irvin Johnson.
Irvin. I'd imagine like only his mother probably.
Yeah. And like, it's also when people do say his actual name, they'll always say Irvin Magic Johnson. They'll never just say Irvin.
It won't
Johnson.
be.
Yeah.
Did he? Is it legally in? Wait, hold on.
I don't know. I don't know if he like actually added it to his name legally at any point.
I don't think he ever did.
But yeah, like even if somebody just said Irvin Johnson, I probably wouldn't even register that they were talking about Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn, those are all good picks. I honestly didn't know. I did not know that about Babe Ruth. Not gonna lie. Did not.
Yeah, I was thinking about it when I was picking that one. I was like, I know Jake will know, but I was thinking, I was like, maybe I'll ask Luke if he knows Babe's actual name.
Yeah, you should have. That would have
been George Herman Ruth. That was Babe Ruth's name. And I think the reason he was called Babe, fun fact, is because when he was brought in to the Boston Red Sox, he was attached at the owner's hip. So the players on the Red Sox would be, oh, it's the owner's babe, whatever the owner's name was. Oh, it's his babe. And then so he got the name.
Just stuck. Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird how stuff like that happens.
And then he got traded to the Yankees to fund a play.
The best. Is he your goat? Is he your baseball goat, Jake?
No, Barry Bonds.
Fair.
Barry Bonds. The whole, don't even get me started on Barry Bonds. Like just the most ridiculous thing. But this man, like, I think I don't know how many MVPs he won before anybody with eyes can tell when he started doing steroids, because he was cut like when he was pretty scrawny, but he was cut when he was like in his prime. And then he saw Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire hitting 50, 60 bombs. And he's like, oh, okay. You think I can't do that shit? Watch what happens when that was them on steroids. Watch what happens when I'm hitting 50 and I start taking steroids. 70 one season. Like it's insane what this man was able to do. Barry Bonds is definitely the greatest baseball player of all time. Babe Ruth is definitely up there, but Babe Ruth is more of like, because Babe Ruth used to drink beer. Like Babe Ruth did not give a shit
like
about
fat
his athleticism.
Smoking cigarettes, alcoholic.
But he would go up there and you'd be like, this guy's fucking drink. This guy had a beer and a cigar in the dugout, and now he's gonna come up and bat. Like, I'm gonna strike this guy out, no problem. And then he's running around the bases for you. And he's like, yeah, that's why I'm Babe fucking Ruth. But in this day and age, like he would never survive. Barry Bonds, any day and age in baseball, he would still be hitting 50 in this era. He would still.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that the steroids era like holds as much weight as people think it does as far as like taking away from players, because it was literally an era. Like people were doing it.
And the pitchers were doing steroids too. Like people don't think about this. The pitchers were juiced up too. Yeah.
It was still basically a level playing field. Like there wasn't any disadvantage there.
Bring them back. Bring it back.
Honestly,
like start doing them
again.
Make baseball fun again. Make baseball juiced again.
That's the only reason they shouldn't do it.
Come on.
Obviously, we all want the steroids, or like the steroid Olympics. Just put every best athlete in the world on steroids and see what happens. Like that's the funny thing about when people talk about Lance Armstrong. Bill Burr has this great quote where he's like, when he's talking about Lance Armstrong, he's like, "Our juiced up guy beat all of your juiced up guys, so go fuck yourself." It's true. It's true. Like when everybody's juiced up, they're still better.
True.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, that is it for our nicknames. And now we are going to hop into our game picks for this week. We've got quite a few of them. We're hopping into week 11, which is absolutely insane. This season is flying by. You know, I love it because it's football season. I hate it because I don't want it to ever be over.
Yes.
Because that sucks. But we'll just jump right into it, boys. I do want to say I'm mixing this one up on you. I do have the spreads on there, but I only have them on there for reference. We're not going to be picking spreads for extra points here.
Okay.
We are going to be picking a single player in each game to score a touchdown.
Oh.
And if they score a touchdown, then you get 3 points.
Jeez.
Well, how does this? What about quarterbacks? Passing touchdowns don't count.
They have to run it in. If you pick a quarterback, it has to be a rushing touchdown.
Okay.
It has to be like betting rules. Yeah.
Yep. Just like betting rules. They have to run it in or catch a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep. But I am going to be going back and forth to you guys as far as who's starting each game. So you cannot pick the same player is another little stipulation to it. So whoever starts for one is going to have a little bit of an advantage, but then the next person will get to start the other one.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So starting from the top, we have got Packers at Vikings. The Packers are a 1-point favorite, basically a pick 'em. So Luke, with you being the Packers fan, Jake, go ahead. I'm gonna let you start.
I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Packers in this one. Vikings have been playing better recently, but I just don't think they match up with the Packers. So give me the Packers in this one, and give me AJ Dillon as a lock to score a touchdown.
Not a bad pick. I got to be honest. I'm not too confident in the Green Bay Packers this week.
Really?
Yeah, I'm an owner now. And it's kind of weird of me to say that. By the way, yeah. Got charged twice, so I'm a 2-stock owner now of the Green Bay Packers, which fucking sucks and hurts my wallet. But I don't think they're gonna win this game. It's against the Vikings. It's in Minnesota. The Vikings always play the Green Bay Packers hard. They beat them in Lambeau last year. The Packers are as beat up as any team in the NFL right now, offensively and defensively. Aaron Rodgers isn't even 100%. They have probably the worst special teams in the league. I think this is going to be a tough one tough one for them to drop. It's not like it really matters because they have such a big lead in the NFC North anyway. But listen, you've seen some of these top teams drop just weird games. I think this might be one for the Packers. So I'm going to pick the Vikings in this one. Player that scores a touchdown. I'm going to go. Give me Adam Thielen.
Okay.
Not to take away from anything that you just said, but just rewind a little bit real quick. You donated $670 to the Green Bay Packers is what I mean.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I was. That's what I got caught up on too. You're like, oh yeah, I got charged twice. I was like, didn't you pay $350 for that?
I don't want to talk.
It's not like I got double charged. There's no refund about it. There's no Is that why you were in like a terrible mood when you joined this?
No, I was in a terrible mood because I didn't get the right beer that I wanted. Yeah.
Wait, hold on again. I got to stop this again. You got charged $700.
Yes.
And you were depressed because you didn't get the right beer.
Listen, I know.
Dude, I
Listen,
get it.
listen.
I get how bad it is working with plugs. All right. But not
Here's how I think
saying
about
I've
it.
done
Here's
it
how I
before,
think about it.
But yeah, but
when
come
we
on.
go to extend Devontae, he's going to turn down the first offer. They're going to give him another contract saying, we know a guy in Oswego, New York.
Or he's funding our whole operation.
He's he's got $700 to put on the table.
We have his credit card on file. We're just keep charging him. He hasn't said anything about it yet.
He just doesn't notice. He hasn't noticed.
Yeah. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah. I'm more sorry to hear about your beer situation. That is significant.
Yeah, that
apparently is the worst of the two.
That hurt me worse.
But at the same time, you're in college, so drink what you can. So suck it up.
Is it natty?
It is natty. It is natty. How'd you know?
All right. I get it now. I was gonna be like, that's the only beer where I would be fucking pissed if I got that. Oh my gosh. Anything else? Literally anything else.
Bush either. I can't do Bush.
Bush sucks.
They're in the same category. That's like typical frat house like beer.
I hate Bud Light too. I know that's kind of an unpopular one. I think Bud Light's piss water, honestly. Not as piss water as Natty Light, but like Bud Light. I don't know. I like Budweiser though. Budweiser all day. Anyway,
I typically like stouts, like darker beers, like Guinness and stuff like that.
I can't do Guinness. Guinness, I tried. Guinness, you got to acquire a taste for. Guinness is just different. It's different.
Hot take. I know we have to move on. Hot take. My least favorite beer is probably Corona. And I know
I don't really like Corona either.
I like Coronas.
Not a big fan.
I like Coronas. I think my go-to would be honestly my go-to would be Coors probably. I like Coors.
Can't go wrong.
All right. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
And I am also going to take the Vikings in this. I just feel an upset coming for some reason. It is a pick 'em right now, which I mean Vegas tends to be at least somewhat right the majority of the time. So I think I'm going to take them on upset alert here, and I'm going to take the other receiver, Justin Jefferson, to score a touchdown in this one. And then Luke, I will let you start out with this one. We've got Saints at Eagles. The Eagles are 2.5-point favorites.
That's so weird. I think that's so weird.
Yeah. What?
I know the Saints have not been looking great.
Lost the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
But
doesn't that technically mean the Saints are favored because you get 3 points at home?
No. What?
The
Eagles are 3-point favorite.
I don't know.
I thought you said the Saints. No, wait.
No, yeah,
the Eagles are
so that means
2.5-point favorites.
2.5-point favorites. So that means technically the Saints are favored in this game because you get 3 points at home.
So we're favored by half a point.
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know. All I know is Alvin Kamara is out again, so that sucks.
Alvin Kamara is out. He's a majority of their offense with Trevor Siemian. I'd say. Eagles, for some reason, like I'll keep on saying this, they are a fun team to watch, but they're a weird fun team to watch. Like at any moment they could drop 40 or they could just not run the ball and score 12. So I think I'm gonna roll with the Saints this week. I think they're gonna have to get back on track, and I think this is one of the games that they're gonna need to win in order to keep pace in the NFC South. I think defensively they match up well against this Philly offense. And I think they could get some turnovers on Jalen Hurts, who's not, prone to not throwing interceptions. So give me the Saints player to score a touchdown. I am going to go with Jalen Hurts on this one, though.
Okay.
Rushing.
All right. I'm going to take the Saints in this one. I just don't trust the Eagles. I know they've been tough, but I just can't trust them. I just think Sean Payton's a better coach, and Sean Payton will find a way over Nick Sirianni. And player to score a touchdown. Yeah, Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram's probably guaranteed to get a touchdown in this game.
Okay. All right. It's going to sound weird here. The Saints fan is the only one not picking the Saints in this game. I am picking the Eagles to win this game. My fellow Saints fans, I apologize. You can hate me all you want. I'm just being a realist here. We are without basically our number one wide receiver in Alvin Kamara. Taysom Hill is questionable, another weapon for us. We are without both of our starting tackles in Teron Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk, which is going to hurt us even more. And we still don't have receivers. So, that sucks. Our defense, despite playing as well as they have been, they also just let up huge gains to these lower tier quarterbacks for some reason. Like Daniel Jones had his biggest game of the year against us. Matt Ryan had his biggest game of the year against us, and there was somebody else, but I can't remember right now. And I'm not just kind of shitting on Jalen Hurts, but obviously he's not like upper echelon right now or anything like that. So I could see him potentially having a big game for whatever reason. As far as the player that I think is going to score a touchdown, Miles Sanders comes back this week. They've been running the ball a whole lot more. I'm going to take Miles Sanders.
That's a good one. Nobody going with Dallas Goedert, who just got paid today.
Oh, yeah, he did sign a 4-year extension.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, like 59 million, I think?
I think so. I know he's the second highest paid tight end in the league right now, which I think is mind blowing how Eagles fans can defend that. But yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, and Jake, this will go. No, actually, I'm going to start this one because I'm going to give myself a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
We've got the Washington football team at the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are -3.5 point favorites. So Cam Newton will be starting this week, or it looks like he'll be starting this week from everything that I've been hearing. And I think that they are obviously going to incorporate him in the offense right away, like they did last week with the Arizona Cardinals, even though he wasn't the starting quarterback in that game. And I am going to take the Panthers in this one to win, because I think even though the Washington football team played very well against the Buccaneers last week, like I said, my takeaway, I think the Buccaneers are beating themselves more than anything else. So Panthers in this one. And for my player that I think will score a touchdown, got to go with Cam Newton. I think he'll run it in there.
That's a good one. Yeah, this game, man, I don't know why. The Washington football team beating the Bucs last week just got me all kind of out of whack.
Mm-hmm. Taylor Heineke beating the Bucs.
Taylor Heineke beating the Bucs.
Yes.
Let's be honest here.
Yes.
He has claimed that GOAT title from Tom Brady. Beating him twice.
Yes.
Almost beating him in the playoff, but yeah.
I feel like that was a moral victory for him.
It was a moral victory. He's the people's champion.
So he's 2-0 over Tom Brady.
Exactly, basically. So man, I don't know why this is tough for me, but it is. Yeah, the Panthers are favored. Fuck it. Okay, I'll take the Panthers. I just feel like this is Cam Newton's return to Carolina. And I just feel like that's going to carry them through this game. But I think this game is going to be nasty. I think this game is going to be fucking ugly. Not a game that you want to watch, other than the fact that Cam Newton's coming back. I like the fact that you pick Cam Newton to score a touchdown. Does that mean I can't pick him to score a touchdown? I think that does
mean that.
Okay, so is that why you wanted to go first to kind of?
Well, no, I figured, if I just keep going back and forth to you guys, then I'm always picking last. So.
That's true. That's a fair point. I'll give you that one, Gage. Fuck yeah, C-Mac. Give me C-Mac to score a touchdown.
I think this couldn't be a more perfect team for Cam Newton to start his second stint with the Panthers. I mean, the Washington football team's defense is really depleted. Their secondary's been pretty rough this entire season, and now they just lost Chase Young to a torn ACL for the rest of the season. Hopefully that doesn't linger into next year, but I think this is going to be a good starting point off for Cam. I think he automatically, like first time he stepped into the door, had the locker room. He's the leader of that team once again. Sam Darnold, I don't think ever had it, especially now with the way that he's been playing lately. So I think they have their guy, and I think they're going to roll with them. I'm putting a lot of faith in Cam here to sort of, bring the Panthers back up, towards the top of the NFC South. They're only a game out of the first place. I mean, 5-5. I mean, Bucs are 6-3. Panthers still have their bye week, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers here. I'm good. Give me Stephon Gilmore to score a touchdown, pick 6.
Really?
Yes.
I think that should be 6 points, Gage. I think that should be 6 points if he gets
a defensive touchdown.
Defensive
How
touchdown.
do you feel about that?
I like that actually.
Yeah.
I think that's good. I can agree.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I'm with that. He's been hot the past couple weeks.
Yes. Okay. Next up, we have got Steelers at Chargers. The Chargers are -5.5 point favorites. Luke, you went last on the last one, so I'll let you go first on this one.
Is Big Ben back?
Big Ben is back, but they are without TJ Watt and Joe Hayden in this game.
Yeah, I wasn't picking them with or without Big Ben. The Steelers are getting hot, but they still feel like they're just not that team. I don't know what it is about them. It's not even like I think the Chargers are that team. Because I certainly don't. I think they've been overrated the entire season and even heading into the season. And I'll stand by that. Jay Herbo's been outstanding though this year. I I think the Steelers will probably cover, but we're not picking that anyway. So I think the Chargers are going to win. Who should I pick? Austin Eck. Give me Mike Williams. He hasn't been doing too hot as of recent.
Okay.
All right. Give me Mike Williams.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a home field advantage for Steelers. I think we all know there's going to be more Steelers fans in that stadium than Chargers fans. I can almost pretty much guarantee that. But yeah, Justin Herbert's playing great, like you said, Luke. I'm definitely taking the Chargers in this game. And for who's going to score a touchdown? Fuck. I mean, should I just go with the safe pick and just say that Keenan Allen gets one, or Jared Cook hasn't been doing much?
Maybe go someone from the Steelers side, Najee Harris.
Be Jalen Guyton to score a touchdown.
I love it.
Okay,
it's a good one.
All right. I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. They do have a few players that could or could not be out because of COVID too. I think Joey Bosa is one of them. Jerry Tillery, excuse me. But not that makes a fucking difference because he sucks anyway.
He's
so bad, bro. He's so bad.
No,
why is he?
He's terrible. I hate him.
Yes, he's so bad. I feel horrible because the Chargers should be so much better. And like Justin Herbert deserves so much better than to have this trash ass running defense.
Jerry Tillery, if you're hearing this is your open invite to come on to the Totally Unqualified podcast
and just rip us to shreds.
We'll duke it out, shreds. We will.
Let's go.
I'm down.
Celebrity box.
Pull up.
Shit.
Anyway. Going back to the game, I'm going to take the Chargers in this one as well. I think that the Steelers, without their key guys on defense, it's not going to be too good for them, especially with the way that Justin Herbert's able to sling the ball. I like what you said about Mike Williams scoring a touchdown because I do think they need to feed him more. Like, if you look at Justin Herbert's passing charts lately, it's like little dinks and dunks here and there, dump offs, short passes. The guy can open up the offense. Let him open up the offense. So even though I just said all that, I am going to take a Steelers player to score a touchdown, especially with, you taking Mike Williams and everything. I'm going to go with Najee Harris in this one.
Smart pick.
Chargers have a bad running defense. Najee Harris runs the ball. Just makes sense to me. Next up, we've got what I think will be a pretty solid matchup. I think it could be good. So the spread is a little big for me. But Jake, I'll let you go ahead and go first with this one. We've got the Colts at the Bills. The Bills are a negative 7-point favorite.
Yeah, that's a lot. I do understand where Vegas is coming from though with that spread. But this just feels like a game that is probably going to be closer than that.
Yeah.
It's in Buffalo.
It is in Buffalo.
So yeah, I'm going with the Bills in this one. We're getting to that time of year where you do not want to go to Buffalo to play. Teams dread going. As much as Indianapolis has shitty weather too, they play in a dome, so they don't get to experience that. Yeah, I'm definitely going with Buffalo. I expect a terrible weather conditions this weekend, and I think that gives them the ultimate advantage. And they're just so good, but they can be so bad at times. But they're just so good. Who's scoring a touchdown? Oh shit. Yeah, give me Josh Allen to run one in.
You know who gets to experience weather at Buffalo on Sunday? This fucking guy.
Oh yeah,
he'll be there.
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm dreading it at the same time because I know it's gonna be fucking awful. 70% rain. I just checked right now.
Shit.
So that'll be a fun one. 3-hour drive. Anyways, so yeah, I'll be at that game. I kind of think Vegas is bugging out here. At 7 points against the Colts, who've been sort of reeling the past couple of weeks and getting into their groove. I think that's kind of crazy. I think it's going to be a closer game than that. I'm thinking this is a game-winning field goal type game. Who knows what the weather conditions will be? I'm sure they're going to be shit, so maybe they won't have the opportunity to do that. But I'm going to go with the Bills here. I think they're the better team. I think they're going to need, with the Patriots on their tail, they're going to need to rack up some wins. And I think on Thursday's win by the Patriots will only motivate them even more. So give me the Bills to win. As for who's scoring a touchdown, I have to ride or die with my boy Jonathan motherfucking Taylor, man. So what? 7 straight weeks with a touchdown. It's gonna make it 8 this week.
So.
I mean, listen, with Derrick Henry out, Jonathan Taylor, best running back in the league this season. I think so. I think so. And I kind of always thought so with the offensive line that the Colts had. There was no way Jonathan Taylor was going to be bad.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick, and this is going to come across as Derrick Henry hate, and I don't give a shit. It took Jonathan Taylor 2 more weeks to get to that point where he's tied in rushing yards and tied in rushing touchdowns, but it also took him 51 less attempts.
Yep.
Just throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but
just me.
Everybody knows that Derrick Henry's getting the ball. Like, that's the thing I would fight back with you against.
Is Jonathan Taylor not getting the ball?
No, but he has a significantly better offensive line.
Significantly better offensive line? We were just talking last week about how just the Titans O-line is one of the best at run blocking in the entire league.
I'm with this. I'm with you on this one, Gage. I'm with you.
Oh, of course.
I've got the Jonathan Taylor truther on my side.
Yeah,
you know what's funny?
I know.
My friend was talking to me today about my podcast, and he was like, man, do you talk about Jonathan Taylor every single fucking week? Because you talk to me about Jonathan Taylor every day. I was like, from time to time.
Yeah, he brings it up a couple of times. This is not Jonathan Taylor hate. I literally have video proof out there of me defending how good Jonathan Taylor is going to be. I'm just saying, like, Derrick Henry's fucking special, man. Like,
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that I think he's starting to get a little bit overrated.
All right, that's where I jump off.
Yeah.
I'll be over.
All right.
We need to get Fanalize on the show. Have you guys seen his tweets lately?
That's what I'm saying. What do you say?
He's been hot, like he's a Nick Chubb truther, obviously, as a Browns fan.
Yeah,
but he put out this stat earlier today, and I do want to say I have not looked to confirm this whatsoever. But he said for like Nick Chubb's next 50 some attempts or something like that, if he averaged 2.2 yards a carry, he would still he would get to Derrick Henry's amount of rushing yards and still like less carries or something like that. 2.2 yards a carry for significant, like, I don't know. I can't remember the exact stat. I'll have to look, but it's something like that. Like Nick Chubb even though Derrick Henry's been playing well this season, his yards per carry have not been that great.
Because Derrick Henry is such a big body and has such a massive frame. I think he's almost easier to tackle than some of these smaller guys. At least when he's going in between the tackles and in between the line. I think he's easier to tackle in that way. Whereas the smaller guys, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, these under 6 foot guys, you can't really see them, and they're hella fast and they're real shifty, and they kind of see what's going on. Maybe that's just a theory, but
can I just read you Derrick Henry's yards per carry in games this week? All right, 3.4 yards per carry in the first game. That was the game where they got blown the fuck out by Arizona.
By the Cardinals.
Right? Yeah, no chance. He only got 17 carries in that game. So that's not even like really a factor. That was kind of just the team played like shit that game. Comes back, averages 5.2 yards per carry against a team I will not name because it makes me feel bad. And then the next 7.2 yards per carry in the week after that, 4.5 yards per carry in the week after that, 4 yards per carry in the week after that, 4.8 yards per carry in the game after that.
Yep.
2.4 against the Colts. Colts did a good job of stopping him. And then 3 yards per carry in the game that he actually got hurt, but came back and played some more.
Yeah. Now, if you would please just pull up Jonathan Taylor's yards per carry in each game, and we can go ahead and talk through that one real quick.
Okay. All right.
And they're in the same division, so they face the same opponents twice a year.
Jonathan Taylor's all over the place. There's no consistency to
his highs are crazy high.
His highs are crazy high, but that's just because like the Houston game, he had a big run, right? He had like a long touchdown. The Houston game.
I think he's broken off the most 20+ yard runs.
Yes,
this season.
Sense. So that's okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah. Moving on. Luke, did you you gave your pick? Yeah, you.
You picked JT. That's why we got in this argument.
Yeah, I didn't make my pick yet. That's what it was. I am picking the Colts to win this game. That might be unwise of me, especially considering the spread. And I just gave Vegas their props a few minutes ago. But I am going to take the Colts. I think that they've been rolling a little bit. You know, they've got things going. The Bills did seem to kind of pick things back up this past week after that horrible loss to the Jaguars. But I think that the Colts can pull it out. Jonathan Taylor is clearly rolling as well. I'm going to take Michael Pittman to score a touchdown.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. You know, if they're passing, that's who they're passing to. So
Like that.
next up, we have got the Ravens at the Bears. The Ravens are 6-point favorites. I believe, yes, it is my turn to go first in this one. I am going to take the Ravens in this one. I think bounce back week after that ugly loss to the Dolphins that we all predicted incorrectly, but who could predict it correctly? And then I am going to take, I don't know, I'm sticking with my Rashad Bateman love. I just feel that like he's been playing increasingly better week to week, and I think that he's going to continue to do so. I think he's going to snag one.
I think that's good.
Yeah, and then Luke, you could.
Yeah, I'll just go. Yeah, I got the Ravens in this one. Bears lost Khalil Mack for the rest of the season. That's the heart and soul, pretty much of their whole team. I know they got David Montgomery back. He's going to be healthy and playing. He's going to be the person that I picked to, score a touchdown in this game. But before I get ahead of myself, I am going to be picking the Ravens. They are -6. I think that's about right. I think they'll win by like a touchdown or so. I was a little iffy about this until I heard the news about Khalil Mack, because the Ravens coming off a loss, probably their worst loss in years against the Miami Dolphins last week. I felt like maybe it'll be a little sluggish. That'll carry over to this game. Khalil Mack not being there, huge factor. Give me the Ravens all day. David Montgomery to score a touchdown.
Yeah, give me the Ravens. You guys said it all. I'm taking the Ravens, and give me Justin Fields to score a touchdown in this game.
Ooh, a lot of quarterbacks.
A little rushing touchdown.
I just feel like he's going to be so overmatched that he's going to be running.
Yeah,
he's going to have to do a lot.
Yeah,
this one's going to be a kind of sort of exciting in a way to me, even though I don't think it'll be that close to the game, just because of Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields being like comparable players as far as their play style.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Chill. My dog's like all up on me. Next up, we have got the Lions at the Browns. The Browns are -12-point favorites. I guess I don't need to say negative. They're favorites. They are 12-point favorites in this one. So Jake, if you want to start this one off.
Yeah, give me the Browns. I think the Browns will cover this game. I don't
think so.
Yeah, Tim Boyle is starting a quarterback for the Detroit Lions in this game.
Have you heard of Tim Boyle? Hasn't been playing, right?
Has anybody heard of Tim Boyle? He played at UConn. Okay, UConn and Western Kentucky. Two notable blue blood college football programs. But yeah, no, I don't know if the Lions get on the board this week, and that pains me to say. Give me the Browns all the way, and guaranteed to score a touchdown. Is Nick Chubb playing? Nick Chubb's playing, right? Yeah, Chubb's got in the end zone.
I know Tim Boyle very well. He backed up the great Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yes, he was Tim Boyle's backup. Yeah,
give me motherfucking Tim Boyle and the motherfucking Detroit Lions to beat the Cleveland Browns. Okay. This is the only other time that I'm going to be picking the Lions this year. I want it to be known. I will never be picking them for another game. This is the game I've been talking about all season long, where I was like, yeah, they're going to beat a pretty good teams later on in the season. It's going to be the fucking Cleveland Browns. How poetic is it that the 0-9 or 0-8-1 Detroit Lions come back and their only win is against the Cleveland Browns, the other team that previously went 0-16, defeat. How do you even say that? Not undefeated. Defeated.
Endless.
They went defeated the entire season.
It was a perfect season. They had parade and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually going with Tim Boyle in this game. I think he's ready. He's ready to lead a franchise. He's ready to lead Detroit Lions, the promised land. I don't know who to pick for a touchdown. Give me Hawk. Yeah, give me TJ Hawkinson. Is he playing? I don't even know if he's playing. He is.
He played last week, and I think he did nothing. I don't think he caught a single ball.
Oh, yeah, he had 0 points. Okay, they're just not using it. Okay, so no wonder I didn't think he was playing. So, Lions over the Browns. Browns went from beating the Bengals 41-16 to the very next week, losing to the Patriots 45-7. They are a roller coaster of a team, to say the least.
Yeah, if Jared Goff were playing, I think that I would take the Lions in this one as well, just because it feels like – Yes, I am serious because it just feels
better.
He's better.
He might be. Honestly, he might be.
It feels like a very Browns thing to do, to be the team that loses to the only team that doesn't have a win. Does it not? I feel like of all the teams, the Browns are the ones that it's like, yeah, that makes sense for them.
Yes.
I feel
Absolutely.
I feel like Baker feasts on these poor teams though. I feel like Baker just keeps himself in the starting quarterback conversation, but just demolishing.
He's
This is
getting hurt every other play though.
He
Yeah,
really
Mayfield.
is. And you gotta
playing-
give him credit for how much he keeps bouncing back and
He's a tough guy. He is.
He really is. He's
but yeah, I mean, I don't know though. At what point it's like, okay, let's put Case Keenum in and let this guy work through his foot.
Let's let this guy live.
Rib.
Let this guy stay alive, you know?
Yeah.
But otherwise, how are we going to get the 50 more State Farm commercials in our stadium? Come on.
Right. That is a very good point. That's probably why they keep him on the field.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to be taking the Lions in this one because Jared Goff is not playing. So I'm going to take the Browns. And as far as who scores a touchdown, give me DPJ. I think he'll go ahead and get back in the scoring column this week.
I like that.
By the way, did you guys hear Lions quarterback legend Jeff Driscoll just got moved to tight end?
Tight end.
I did.
Yes.
I did hear that.
Weird.
And that's a perfect segue into our next matchup page if you'd like to introduce that. Texans at Titans.
Yeah.
There we go. We got it.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
chemistry.
Titans.
The Texans at the Titans. The Titans are 10-point favorites in this one. And it is, I don't know whose turn it is to go first. I lost Jake.
We're all taking the Titans, right? Are we gonna we're all taking
the Titans. Let's just
we're all taking the Titans. Let's just pick players that
that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Who's getting in the end zone this week? Give me Anthony Ferkser to get in the end zone this week.
I like that pick. That's a good one. Give me Ryan Tannehill, another Russian quarterback.
Okay. Give me Kevin Byard going for a 6.
He's going for a 6-pointer.
6.
Going big. Moving on to the next one. We have got probably what is the trash bowl of the week and the Dolphins at the Jets. The Dolphins are 3.5-point favorites in this one. So Luke, I'll let you go ahead and start this one.
Do they make money off this game? Like, do they? Who the fuck is going to this? Who's going to
Jets
this?
fans always go. They always show up.
I don't know. With the weather.
Are you telling
even
me
with the weather
that you don't think they'll show up for elite quarterback Joe fucking Flacco? Is that what I'm hearing?
God.
Super Bowl MVP.
Gosh. Super Bowl MVP.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah. It's safe to say I could not care less about this game. I'm gonna go with the Jets. I think what Rex Ryan said about Robert Saleh this past week in the media was fucking stupid. Which is I hate Rex Ryan. I really do.
That was stupid. That was ridiculous.
So dumb.
I take that personally. What the Rex? Shut up.
Yeah, Rex, because you did so much. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets. I believe in Robert Saleh to lead this team. I think he is the right head coach, just at the wrong time. The Jets are dealing with a whole lot of bullshit, just from players getting hurt. You know, Mike White experiments. Zach Wilson isn't doing great, but then he gets hurt. So they are dealing with the injury bug right now. Dolphins, they had a great win against the Ravens. Probably their biggest win of the season. Definitely their biggest win of the season. Give me the Jets. Give me Michael Carter too to score a touchdown.
You're taking the Jets.
Yeah. Joe Flacco back. You can't tell me Joe Flacco's not the best quarterback on that field.
Yeah, he probably is, honestly. I'm still gonna go with the Dolphins in this one. Just because I think they have more talent on their roster, frankly. And who is going to score a touchdown in this one? Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki to score a touchdown in this one.
I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one. I think that they're starting to figure some things out on defense potentially, which I feel like is their weakest point right now. I feel like the offense is somewhat serviceable, especially if the defense picks it up. So I am going to take them in this. And as far as a touchdown, you took Gesicki. Outside of that, you know what? I think Jalen Waddle's going to have his first huge big game. So I'm going to take Jalen Waddle to score a touchdown.
He's been playing really well this season.
Very
underrated.
Yeah, been very good. Next up, we have got the 49ers at the Jaguars. The 49ers are 6.5-point favorites. I will start this one out, and I'm taking the 49ers. Are we all taking the 49ers?
We're all taking the 49ers.
Jags are my team.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, give me the Niners.
Okay. And as far as a player that I think will score a touchdown, give me Deebo Samuel. I'll take the easy one.
Give me George Kittle.
Give me Eli Mitchell.
Eli Mitchell.
Yeah.
Next, we've got to pick them in this one. We've got the Bengals.
Hold on. Sorry, Gage. Is Elijah Mitchell playing? I don't know if I know he's dealing with something.
Playing. I know he's dealing with something.
Know.
He's on one of my fantasy teams. I'm pretty sure he's playing.
You can move on. I just
I don't know if he's playing or not. I guess if
doubtful due to broken finger.
Oh, doubtful. Oh, yeah. Fucking hell. Give me, I'll go for a 6-pointer. I'll go for Jaquiski Tart to score a touchdown. One of the craziest names in the game, by the way. Jaquiski Tart.
Yeah. All right. Next we've got what is a pick 'em, and the Bengals at the Raiders. The Bengals are 1-point favorites. So Luke, I think, or no, Jay. Luke, I don't know anymore. I don't know.
I can start.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I like the Bengals here. I think the Raiders, kind of just all what they've been dealing with. I've kind of been on and off their bandwagon for much of the season now. They're coming out flat. Something about this team just seems flat to me. And I know that they've been dealing a lot with, Henry Ruggs situation, their whole head coaching phenomenon, injuries on top of that. I just think they're going to come out a little flat. I think the Bengals, after they had a bye last week, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So they're coming off their bye. They're coming off that loss to the Browns. They're going to need to keep pace in a very, very competitive AFC North, in which they got knocked from the number 1 seed in the entire AFC down to like 4th place in the AFC North in like a week. So they're going to have to get a win here. And I think they will. And I'm going to pick Joe Mixon to score a touchdown. Joe Mixon.
All right. This one's tough, man. I do like the Raiders, but they are kind of falling apart. Give me the Bengals because Bengals have been slipping a little bit too. So Bengals to kind of get a nice win here. Who's scoring a touchdown? Jamar. You can't go wrong. Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one as well. I think that the Raiders season is basically over at this point, and it sucks to say that because I think that they started off pretty well, but just with the pieces that they've lost and like as much drama as they've had to deal with, I can't see this ending up being a solid or like good season for them that ends on some high note or something like that. And as far as their weapons go, like, yeah, they have Darren Waller, but outside of that, it's like Deshaun Jackson now. And I love me some Deshaun Jackson, but I just don't think he's that guy anymore. But as far as a touchdown in this game, I think the Raiders will score one at some point. So I'll go ahead and take Darren Waller.
That play by Deshaun Jackson, that go-ahead touchdown where he just lost where he was on the field and then fumbled it. One of the worst plays I've seen this season.
It was a very Deshaun Jackson-esque play, though.
Very Deshaun Jackson.
It's him.
Yes.
Next up, we have got the Cowboys at the Chiefs. And to my surprise, the Chiefs are 2.5-point favorites. So, Jake, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, it's in Arrowhead. Chiefs looked really good last week, so I think they'll continue that into this week. Give me the Chiefs in this one. TD Travis, give me Kelsey to score a touchdown.
Yeah, I think Dak coming back hasn't been, MVP like that I thought he was going to be this coming into the season. He's not going to be breaking the passing yards record like I thought he was. But the Cowboys are rolling. They're rolling. They dropped one to the Broncos, probably the worst game of the season, probably the worst game that they're going to play moving forward. And then they got a big time win over the terrible Falcons where they looked like everything was right again. I think this Chiefs team is back. I think the Chiefs are back. And the AFC needs to be put on notice because this team is going to get hot. And it was only a matter of time. I feel like they're sitting at 6-4 right now. Are they 6-4, 5-4, 6-4? Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to go into Arrowhead and beat them. I don't think any defense is going to be played in this game whatsoever. I think it's going to be probably over 60 points scored in this game. So yeah, give me the Chiefs and touchdown. Give me Tyreek. Easy one. No, Cap. Give me Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay. I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one. I think that the Cowboys are rolling. And I feel like like you said, Luke, that it'll be somewhat of like just a scoring, like a shootout. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of defense that goes on, but I do have more trust in the Cowboys defense than I do in the Chiefs defense at this point in the season.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of the reason that I'm going to take them. And as far as to score a touchdown, give me CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb will find his way into the end zone again, especially with him being able to work out of the slot with Michael Gallup back.
And Amari Cooper on the COVID list, not going to be able to play in this game or the Thanksgiving game.
Yes, he probably won't be in the slot then, but he'll still be.
Yeah, watch out for the rest of the wide receivers in that wide receiver room, because we've seen, with the Packers, their entire wide receiver room got with COVID. So
yeah, that's tough. Moving on, we have got a divisional matchup in the Cardinals at the Seahawks. The Cardinals are 2-point favorites in this game. So I guess this is mine to start out. I am going to take the Cardinals in this one. After the Seahawks had their kind of a stinker against the Packers this past week, I don't have a lot more faith in them than I already had. I think that Russell Wilson was definitely dealing with some rustiness. He was kind of working through some things, especially in the cold up there in Green Bay. But I think it'll be a somewhat close game. I think that Kyler Murray will come back and, they'll be able to get the job done. As far as a touchdown, give me James Conner.
Jake, this sort of feels like, obviously, Packers fan. So it feels like the Packers 2018 season where Aaron Rodgers, 2017, where he broke his collarbone, came back, and the team was just in shambles and wasn't able to bring them to the promised land. That's sort of the vibes that I get with the Seahawks team. I just don't think that there's enough talent, and even with the talent that they do have in Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Have things been off like recently? I mean, I know with Geno Smith being there, obviously things aren't going to be as prolific, but I mean, you'd think that Russell Wilson comes back. I mean, I know he missed a month, but I feel like they should have played better. They should have put up more than 0 points. I don't think this is the season for the Seahawks. I think the Cardinals are too talented right now, even with D-Hop out. I think they're still going to be competitive. We saw what they were able to do with Colt McCoy against the San Francisco 49ers just a couple weeks ago. So with Kyler Murray coming back, I think Cardinals win this. As for a touchdown, Rondale Moore. Haven't heard his name in a while. I'll go Rondale Moore.
This is the first time all year I'm finally going to pick against the Seahawks. I'm going to take the Cardinals in this game. For really a lot of what you said, Luke, it's just gotten to the point where I'm finally understanding that this team they might have the fight. They still got Russ. I think Russ will play a lot better in this game. He always plays the Cardinals tough. But they just don't have the talent. That's it. That's all it comes down to. And they might not have the coaching either. Pete Carroll might be on his way out. So yeah, I do think this game is going to be pretty close. But I think Vegas thinks it's going to be a little closer than it is. I think this might be a 3-point game. So I think the Cardinals do cover this game. And for a player to score a touchdown, Jesus Christ. Yeah, give me Lockett. He's due. Towers due for a touchdown.
Definitely do.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we have got our Monday Night Football matchup, Giants at Buccaneers, where the Buccaneers are 11-point favorites.
Damn.
So, Jake, I'll let you go ahead and start this one.
I might bet on that. I think Danny Dimes might have put up a little bit of a fight on that. Oh yeah. 11? Nah, I think the Giants could cover that easily. Yeah, but I'm going to take the Bucs to win it outright, obviously. They're just so much better. The Giants, I mean, the Giants are kind of fun to watch for the reason that Luke thinks the Eagles are fun to watch. They're just like, anything can happen at any given moment. Anytime that ball is thrown, you don't know what the fuck is going to happen, which is just so fun with Dan. Anytime Daniel Jones really touches the ball, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Which is kind of fun in a way, because he could run over like 3 linebackers and go for a 40-yard touchdown, or he can make the worst throw you've ever seen. And none of it would surprise me.
No in between.
No in between.
No in between
with Danny Dimes. Yeah, give me the Bucs in this one. Player score touchdown. Gronk isn't back yet. Is Gronk back?
Gronk is back.
Gronk is back.
Yeah.
Has he been back for a while? Am I just?
I think this is going to be his first week.
This is first week back. Yeah, I think Brady definitely gives it to his lover boy in Gronk.
Damn, that's a good pick right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, going with the Bucs. There's no fucking way. that they drop this to the Giants after dropping last one to the football team, after dropping the one before their bye week. If they do drop this one, they are in some trouble, and the NFC South is wide open. But yeah, I think it's in Tampa. I think they'll get back on track against a pretty piss poor Giants team, to say the least. As for who's going to score the touchdown, Antonio Brown's out. Give me Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's been having a good season. He's going to get paid pretty soon.
I am going to take the Buccaneers in this one as well. I think that there's little chance that Tom Brady goes and loses 3 in a row, especially against this Giants team that, like you guys said, pretty much all of it, they're not good. They're just not. So I think the Bucs definitely win this one. As far as who will score a touchdown, give me regular season Lenny to go ahead and run one in there.
Regular season Lenny.
I hope so.
Your dog hated that pick. Your dog hated that pick.
He's getting pissed off at me. I think he's got to go out, and I'm taking my time here. So
all right. Well, let's wrap this up on that note.
Yeah, that's going to be all of our game picks for this week. We appreciate you guys for listening as always. We're going to try to get out of here before my dog bites the fuck out of me. So if you guys have any closing remarks, have at it.
Yeah. Just remember, guys, to follow us on all of our socials, at Extra Points for Gage, at Football Fan Zone for Luke, at Jake Maltese 3 for me. Make sure to follow our podcast accounts on all of our social medias. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have TikTok. So, you can find all of those links in any of our bios and any of our social medias. And be sure to follow us, and make sure to go subscribe to us on YouTube too. We post all of our live recorded podcasts there.
Yeah. And Jake, what other link you could find in any of our TikTok bios? The link to the Overtime app. Wow.
Yes.
Let me tell you about Overtime, guys. Overtime is sports meets social media. They have polls, they have games, they have posts every single day. They keep on updating it. It's an incredible app. If you download using our link, it supports us to help bring more content your way. So make sure to go download the Overtime app, and we will see you guys in the next episode.